It's cooling down a little bit. Josh and I were just saying, you know, a lot of heat here in Las Vegas. You've been here a long time. You've experienced a lot of it.
Yes.
All right, Josh Bell here from Las Vegas Weekly to talk about a new movie out on Whitney Bulger and his story.
Yes.
Of course, a mobster, and Las Vegas likes a good mob story. So this new movie is called Black Mass.
Right.
What do you think?
It's an interesting film. It's an interesting story. Whitey Bulger is a notorious Boston gangster. Had kind of a reign of terror in the 70s and 80s as the FBI sort of turned a blind eye to all his activities. Johnny Depp plays Whitey Bulger in this film, and it's good to see him playing a real person after his string of wacky, strange roles. Pirates and Willy Wonka and Tonto and all that. He's still maybe not quite on the wavelength of human beings, but I think that actually works in a way for this film to play a character who's sort of an inhuman monster in a lot of ways. This movie doesn't necessarily have its own unique perspective on the story. A lot of it is just kind of recounting things. Here's what happened, and here's what happened, and then this happened. But if you're not familiar with the details of the story, I think just the reality of it is really interesting. There's a lot of good actors in addition to Johnny Depp, Joel Edgerton, Benedict Cumberbatch, a lot of strong performances in this film. So it's maybe not the great awards-worthy movie that it's being positioned as, but I do think it's an interesting story for people who like this sort of thing.
Well, Las Vegas, obviously, a lot of mob history. Any part of this movie filmed here in Las Vegas, or does it exclude Vegas
No, there's
altogether?
nothing Vegas related in this film. It's all about Boston, and it really is a lot about that culture, especially in South Boston, and the way those people protected their own even when all this criminal activity was going on. So I think it has a very specific sense of place. But
do you think the Las Vegas audience will really connect with this just because, you know, at large it's part of mob history?
Sure. I mean, I think if you like movies like Casino or Goodfellas or The Departed, all these Martin Scorsese films, again, it doesn't have the same distinctive style, but it is similar subject matter, and it has this kind of epic feel that it's going for. So I think it's an interesting way to depict this history.
I love it. You know, I was telling you I really like mob stories.
I definitely think you'll find this interesting.
Okay, all right. Josh, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to be right back here on Midday. Stay with us.